Hey everyone, Josh here with a garage sale haul video. And so my wife and I were out and about today running some errands and we came across a garage sale. So we stopped in, we picked up a few items and I'll show you guys what we got there. But before we get into that, if you caught our last video, we did a quick tour of our eBay room and kind of showing you guys the status of it and kind of what our goals were for that room because it did need a little work. And we've made some progress on that front. I wanted to show that to you guys real quick. And then after that, we'll get into the couple items we picked up today. It wasn't much, but we'll go ahead and take a look at them. But before we do that, I just need to go ahead and flip the camera around and I'll show you guys what we got going on. All right, everyone, I'm behind the camera now. So what you're looking at here is our eBay room. So over on this side is more of the photographing and computer area. And then on this side, as you can see, it's kind of just a big mess right now. And the goal and intent is to turn this side of the room into our inventory area. And you can see we still have a lot of excess or extra furniture that we don't use and we just need to get it out of here. But if you watched the last video, we've actually, believe it or not, made progress on this. It may not seem like it if you're not familiar with the house, but there were a bunch of linens and extra bedding stacked up on this furniture. And then if you come over here to this side, we had a lot of pillows and linen stacked up, and you can see there was a very loud couch under there. This couch actually came with the house when we purchased it. It was left behind, so but it's quite a couch. And anyway, what the goal here is real quick is these chairs, mattresses, a couple pieces of furniture over here. They're just, I believe this is a large a mattress for a bed, and then there's another couch back here and a footstool and a couple tables over here. And the goal is to get this stuff out of here. We're going to move it to another part of the house, and eventually shelving will be put in here, and this will be where we inventory all the eBay stuff. So, and then again, over here on this side is the computing and photographing room, or part of our room. And as I said earlier, we did find I'm going to go ahead and sit down here. We did find a garage sale today, and we picked up, it was only 4 items, very small. And we did make a couple mistakes, and part of the point of doing this channel is learning and trying not to make mistakes, and especially expensive ones. So what you're looking at here is a Deere phone, and we picked it up mostly just because we kind of thought it was cool and we liked it. And when I talk about making mistakes, one of the mistakes we did make, if you look at it here, so the antler picks up, or this piece of what looks like a branch picks up, and that's the receiver for the phone, and it is actually push button. If you look here, you'll see the antler is actually broken. And to be completely honest with you guys, we didn't catch that till after we bought it and paid for it and we're in the car. And honestly, if I'd caught that in advance, I might not have picked this thing up. At this point, it may end up being our home phone because we've actually been having some issues with our phone line and we needed a new phone. But long, boring story. But this is a Deere phone. It feels like I'm not sure. It feels like it's made out of some sort of resin. It's pretty actually heavy. And, you know, there's not a lot to it. I don't see any like manufacturer. It just says handset and line on the bottom. But I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, but I'd use it because, of course, in modern days, you know, people don't really use landlines as much as they used to. So will it really get that much use? I doubt it, but we got a really good deal for it. I believe we paid $3 for it. So, and so then the other item we picked up was this t-shirt, and it is actually a Snoopy shirt, as you can see, and I'm going to go ahead and get it laid out here. And we've had some decent luck in the past with clothing items on eBay. So if we think it'll sell, we'll go ahead and pick it up. And I think we paid $1 for this. And it's Snoopy procrastinating, and I totally relate to this. I'll do it tomorrow, so I get it. And it is a Peanuts brand. And of course that's the company that, or the name of the cartoon, but then it's an XL. So, and it's in really pretty good shape. It almost feels new. I think the people sold it to us actually said that it had never been worn. And so another item that we picked up is this wall sculpture. I'm not even honestly sure what you would call this. It's for hanging on the wall, and the lady was explaining to us that it was her uncle's, and it had a little bit of, and she remembered it from her childhood, and it had a little bit of sentimental value to her. But one of the things I would kind of say this might be a little bit of a mistake too is when we did a little bit of research on these, we found out they're actually a set. There's two of them. You have Raggedy Ann, and this is who this is, I believe, and then Raggedy Andy, and there should be an Andy one, and they didn't have that one, but we didn't realize that till we did a little research after we bought it. So one of the things I think you can learn from our mistake is if you're trying to do some reselling at a garage sale or flip some items, if you can and you have the time, get that phone out and do the research on it before you buy it. We didn't do that. We just kind of impulse bought it, and I believe we paid about $2 or $3 for this thing. And then once we did look it up, they're only going for around $6 or $7. But one of the other things which isn't great about this one is there's actually a little residue from a sticker on it, which I believe was a price tag or something. And then you can also see how she's a little bit dirty. And then just showing the back, it's like a thick plastic, and it has a date actually on the back. And you can see too also it has these little brackets for mounting on the wall, so it is meant to be hung on the wall. And it's got some writing on it, and it just says Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy, trademark of the Bob's Merrill Company, Inc., 1977, the Bob's, B-O-B-B-S, Merrill Company. So, and that's all I really see on there, but you do see a manufacturer's date right there, 1977. Believe it or not, the year I was born. I mean, it's a cool item, and we know they're popular characters, and there are people out there who love them, so we went ahead and picked it up. And the final little item we picked up here was this little, and to be completely honest with you, I'm not totally sure what it's made out of. I want to say maybe brass, but, oops, I didn't notice that before, but it actually has the Made in China logo on it. And again, maybe a mistake we made, because my understanding is if it's made in China, it probably hasn't got any real value to it, but it has a little shield on the front, and to be completely honest with you, I have no idea what that image is in there. Other than the coloring, the green and the red and the yellow, I have no idea what that is. But it has like a little plastic shell over it, over the emblem, and then the black part feels kind of like felt. And then when you open it up, you should be able to figure out what it is. Let's see. Here, if I can open it. Oh, there we go. It is an ashtray. So it doesn't look like it's ever been used. It's really clean in there, and it was just kind of surprising when you open it. It's right in your face, ashtray, ashtray. But and then as you can see, there's a little spring-loaded thing that comes out the side so you can lay your cigarette down, and it's, I guess what you would call this thing is maybe a pocket ashtray for the really dedicated smokers out there. So, and it was in general good condition, and we kind of bought it as like a lump or a bulk item with the phone. When we bought the phone, we kind of picked this up off the table at the last minute. We're like, would you throw this in for another $1? And he was good with it. But that's it. That is the 4 items we got. We got the ashtray, Raggedy Ann, the deer phone, which it's starting to grow on me. I'm liking it. And then, of course, the Snoopy shirt here. So, and that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out the video. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.